everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd film a video that is mental health related because I haven't done one of these in quite some time. That's not an update or not a Q&A kind of video, so I thought I'd sit down and kind of do a bit of a update. I don't have makeup on, so excuse that, but today I thought I'd do like the differences between if you are going into like a psych ward, so like the difference between a public and a mental health psych ward. If you want me to do a video about adolescent or compared to adult, let me know, because more so public system, because then I can like do that video for you guys as well, because I know a lot of people were asking me the differences if you haven't been to a public and a private. So that's what I thought I'd do today, is sit down and film a video where I talk about like the differences between each of the systems. So I'm gonna go ahead. I've been to two public hospitals. Two public hospitals. One has been adolescent and one has been an adult, and then I've been to two privates, different admissions, but two different hospitals, so New Farm and Belmont. So I thought I would just show, I wrote in my little book today some things that I thought would be helpful if you guys are going into like a public system or a private system. I can do more in-depth videos, but I just thought I'd make this video kind of the differences between both of them. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is kind of just like if you are allowed, what you are allowed to bring in. So the differences between public and thing, it depends which one you do go to though. Like the privates I've been have been very lenient. I've dyed my hair in there. I've what else have I done? I've done fake tan. Like I've literally done so much stuff in private hospitals that you cannot do in public, but I'm not sure if it's like every private is like that because it's just where I live. But I wanted to go with public. So first of all, cords is a massive one. So a lot of my clothing, like from back in the day, has had like cords out of like shorts, if they have a cord in them, like a drawstring shorts, or if you have a top or a hoodie. Hoodies are very common, and it has a drawstring in it. You have to take that out. Such a pain. Whereas in private, they don't really care unless you are really under safety. I've had sometimes they say, are you okay with the charger cord? But most of the times, every time I've been in public with chargers, you're allowed to. My recent admission to Caboolture, I wasn't allowed to have a charger. I just had to charge it at the nurse's station, which was fucking annoying as hell. Sorry for swearing. I hate that place. I hate that place. So yeah, phones different depending on the ones. Most public hospitals you aren't allowed your phone. I had my phone in Caboolture, but in Royal I wasn't allowed my phone. I think maybe because I was adolescent in Royal, but in Caboolture I was allowed my phone, but they do recommend putting it like beside with the nurse's station at night so that you can, you know, get your rested sleep and there's no harm or whatever. But you can have your phone charging at night time. You can, I literally would stay up if I couldn't sleep in private till like 4 AM in the morning when I had bad sleeping issues in Belmont. But yeah, you can have your phone, you can have laptops. Public you cannot have laptops, so you can have like different devices like iPads, that sort of stuff. Razors and sharp items, I would say that depending what risk you are at, every time I was at a public, you're definitely not allowed a razor or sharp items at Publix. You are at privates, the one I have been to, but they just double check before, you know, are you safe today? Like, do you want your razor? Or, you know, just be responsible and tell them if you aren't safe, and they just give you your razor kind of thing. Medication is different as well. I thought I'd talk about this as well. Medication at privates, you have to go to your ward, no matter if you're in ward 1, 2 or different wings. You have to go up and get your medication, whereas in public, this is the only thing I like about public, is they give your medication with you so you don't have to wait in a massive line. everything about else I don't like. But yeah, medication, public, they bring it to you and dispense it for you, whereas in private you have to go up and ask for PRNs, or you have to go up and ask for your medication for day and night if you take medications. You are allowed your own kind of things in like public, private. I keep getting them mixed up. So private, you're allowed to have, say, you know, a pillowcase, a nice bed sheet. Like when I was in New Farm for a long time, I would have like a really nice room with like hanging stuff on the wall, like coloring pictures and all that sort of stuff. As where private, it's strictly public is strictly just like your bed, your bed. I'm not trying to diss public. I find that last admission I was in public, it really actually helped me, but I'm just saying with my experiences, private has a lot more kind of, for people who are going for the first time, you might find it a little bit more not as stressful, but there is public systems that do help. I am saying that, like, I'm not dissing the public system, I'm not trying to diss the public system, I'm just saying that these are like the kind of things. You're allowed hair straighteners in public. Oh my god, in private, sorry, you're allowed hair straighteners if you wanted to straighten your hair dryers, whereas in public it's a lot more harder. Soaps was a weird thing, I don't know why, but in Caboolture I wasn't allowed to have certain soaps, don't know why. But in private you're allowed to kind of have like makeup, even you can do your makeup. It does really depend where you go though. Like, I don't know what other people's public or private experience have been like. But stuff like hairspray, I just looked at over there and I saw hairspray. You can bring hairspray into a private, but you're not allowed to bring like that into a public. But I just wanted to do like what you can and you can't bring first. And then now the differences between both of the things is public, you usually have to share a room, because it is a very limited kind of, like, it's like in Brisbane there's quite a few public hospitals, but like there's a lot of people who are unwell and do need help. So, you know, the stays are shorter in public. Not saying everyone stays longer in private, depending on your doctor that's treating you at the time. But say you were in public, sometimes my longest admission in public I think was only like 2 months, whereas and that was my longest ever admission. I've had 1 day stays or 1 week stays or 3 day stays in public, whereas in New Farm or private I've had 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. It really just depends on your doctor and your treatment. So private is a lot more kind of, you stay a little bit longer. I feel like it does depend on your doctor though. It does depend on what you're thinking. If you're not willing to do the therapy, they kick you out. But in public it is more for health and safety. I found when I was in Caboolture yes, they let me go home after one night, but that was a lot of bullshitting. But I just found that it wasn't helping me. But yeah, I feel like that the public system, I feel like can be good depending on the risk of safety. Like obviously they have to, before you get transferred into a private, you have to probably, sometimes people go to public first to see what it's like, depending if you have private health insurance and not private health insurance. But public is more like if you are, you know, going through a really bad crisis, like out of like a attempt, or you've been sent there. I don't know, I've only had them from attempts and stuff like that. But if you've had, that was deep. But if you've had, no emotion on my face because I'm like, wow, Brooke. But if you go into private, sometimes they're planned admissions if you have a treating doctor. My doctor now doesn't actually admit to any hospitals, so I used to have him under New Farm and Belmont, but now that I don't like seeing any other doctors but my doctor. Yes, I'm like that. I'm like, no, I don't want him touching my medication. I want my doctor to do the right thing, and I've known him for 9 years now. I see him weekly and fortnightly, and I want him to admit to hospitals, which is one thing annoying. Not that I like hospitals, but I find that when I'm in a crisis and I need help, it's very too hard for me. I basically can't go into private anymore because my doctor does not admit, and not taking any doctors, probably because Dr. Chung patients, he told me has quite a bad name under Dr. Chung, because our patients, or Dr. Chung patients, like me, can be a little bit naughty, not very good. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little video where I say if I had a doctor. So when I was in New Farm refeeding clinic, I was sent with Dr. Chung. Well, not sent, but Dr. Chung would come and see me every night, whereas in public they will see you every 2 to 3 days, whereas private, depending on your doctor, they will see you every day and get on board with everything and yeah, help you out. Where I was very young, so not a lot of people came and saw me like when I was like a lot more when I was younger. I don't know why. Well, yeah, kind of why. I was only 14 or 15 when I was in New Farm, but other than that, that is basically that, kind of like just a brief explanation on public and private, the difference. I just wanted to do this quick video for you guys, just to kind of give you an idea. If you guys want any more videos like this, I have a really red face right now, just noticed that. But if you guys want to see anything or stuff more like this, then let me know, because I'm happy to do that for you. I'm really wanting to do more mental health videos because I find them really beneficial when I've wanted to watch them in the past and they haven't been around, or they had been around but I just didn't know them, so I want to be a bit more of a help. That ball is really annoying. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video a little bit helpful. I mean, it could be helpful, could not be helpful. I might have not made any sense. I feel like I say this in every single video of mine. I don't remember my words that come out of my mouth. Don't know what I've been talking about. But anyways, I hope you guys all have a lovely day. If you guys want to see more mental health videos, give this video a big thumbs up and let me know down below. And I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.